Hey, this is Tim, licensed loan officer. On this video, we're going to talk about the best credit cards for newbies. Thank you so much for watching. I want to let you know first what this YouTube channel is about. My name is Tim, and I talk about first-time home buyers, how to buy an investment property, having excellent credit like this video, and how to level up. If you like that kind of content, consider subscribing to this channel. Now, for this video, I'm going to talk about the best credit cards for newbies. This is for anyone that's looking to establish credit, someone that's maybe looking to rebuild their credit. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. I'm going to talk about where does credit fit into your profile. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you the best credit cards. So buckle up and let's get into it. All right, so I put together this presentation for you, and it's credit cards for newbies, the unlimited guide to building good credit. And before I give you the top credit cards for newbies, I want to explain to you, where does credit fit in your financial profile? I want to lay some groundwork and some context. If I just give you the best credit cards that I recommend for newbies or someone looking to build credit, I would be doing you a disservice. I got to let you know, where does credit fit in and how to use credit. So I want to break this down. There's three major pieces for your financial profile. We have number one here is your income. And as you see, I put income at 45%. Normally, if you don't have a lot of income, it's hard to use credit because you're basically spending most of your income on just your necessities and living. So I put this at 45%. So what that means is that 45% of your effort really should be towards income. You want to make as much money as possible. So focus on your income. Now, the second thing, after you have good income, you need to focus on using your income to build assets, assets. So assets can be anything that goes up in value. Like a savings account normally goes up in value. You earn a little bit of interest and you're constantly putting money in that savings. Also, investments. Investments could be buying your first home. An investment could be a certificate of deposit or CD. An investment could be gold or stocks. There's many forms of investments, but basically investments let your money grow. So your money is working for you 24 hours a day. So first, make a lot of money. And then secondly, put your money to work. Your money needs to be working. It needs to be earning interest. It needs to be going up in value. So buying a home, homes usually go up in value. So your money is working and you have a place to live. Or you buy a stock. Most stocks will give you a little bit of dividends, and stocks and companies usually go up. So make a lot of money and then have that money work for you to make more money. Now, the third piece of this would be credit, and that's what this video is about, and that's 15%. So what is credit? Credit is used to help you make more money, because if you have money in your savings account or have money, in your investments, you may not want to take that money out because that money is working. So that's where credit comes in. Credit is not really for emergencies. Credit is not for if you're broke. Credit, if you use it properly, it's going to help you make more money. So if you have money in your savings in your home and something happens, you can use your credit card. And if you pay your credit card back within 30 days, you don't pay any interest. So it's like a free loan. Also, if you run across a great deal and you don't have all the money, you could use your credit card. And some credit card companies will give you 12 months, no interest. So you can buy it, sell it, and then make your money back and pay them back. So if you use credit properly, use it to make money. You want to use credit for things that are going to make you money. A lot of people look at credit as something just to use for emergencies or charge a bunch of things. But credit makes up 15%. So first your income, then your assets and investment, and then credit. Now, what is credit? I want to talk about what is credit. What is it? Credit is the ability to borrow money for goods or services with the understanding that you'll pay later. It's a tool that can help you achieve your financial goals. So that's what credit is. Credit is just something that helps you buy goods or service with the understanding that you will pay it back. So many people get their first credit card sometimes and they don't pay it back. And now they're off to a bad start. So credit, you have the understanding that if you use your credit card or if you buy something on credit, buy now or pay later, you're going to pay it back. Very important. Okay, pay it back and pay it on time. And it's a tool. It's a tool. Credit is a tool. A lot of people don't look at credit that way, but credit is a tool for your financial goals. And some great things that you can use credit for, these are the best things that you should use credit for. It's to buy a home, okay? Credit is great for buying a home. Credit is also great for starting a business. Buying a home is going to go up in value. A business is going to make you money, allow you to quit your 9-to-5. And then credit cards, So a lot of people, like I said, use credit cards for just all kinds of type of stuff, and they max them out and they're not responsible. But if you look at credit as a tool and not as like free money, because it's not free money, you have to pay it all back. And that's how you get in trouble, okay? So that's basically what credit is in a nutshell, okay? And also some more things that you can use credit for is a line of credit. A line of credit is basically you get something for $5,000. You can use, $200, $400, $1,000 of it. You only pay interest on what you use. You also can use credit for a personal loan. A personal loan is great. It's usually unsecured. You go to the bank and just get a personal loan, and then you can use it to buy a car. Now, there's many other things that you could use credit for, but these are just to name a few. We're living in a world where people are getting farther and farther away from cash. So having credit as a tool in your back belt is great. And I can give you a lot more other reasons why you want credit, but these are just a few. Now, I want to get into how to manage credit, okay? How to manage credit. This is very important. As a newbie, you need to have your mindset right. And the first thing, like I said, is mindset is that use and view credit as a tool. Don't look at credit as like just a free card to charge up and buy things. It's a tool. Think of credit as I'm going to use this for emergencies when I don't want to spend my cash. Don't use credit if you need money. If you need money, then you need to focus on your income. Credit is a tool. Credit is for convenience. Credit means you have the money, but you're just choosing to get some reward points, or you just prefer to pay later with interest free. Very important that you set up automatic bill payment, okay, for the full balance every month. That's very important. You always want to pay the full balance in full every month to avoid a finance charge. And basically what a finance charge is the credit card company charging you interest on what you did not pay back. Credit card companies will send you a minimum payment, but you never want to pay the minimum payment because you'll be paying all that interest and you'll be renting money. You basically are paying interest on money you already use. So if you can, pay it back in full. Or have a strategy. Say, I'm going to pay this off over 3 months or 4 months, but never keep carrying a balance, okay? Because that's how the credit card company takes advantage of you and you get in debt, your credit goes down. It's, one thing leads to the next. Now, the next thing is very important is that you want to download the app and track your balance. A lot of newbies do not download the app and do not track their balance. You never want to go over, next one is 30%, but you need to track your balance just to make sure there's no unauthorized charges, just to make sure you're not using too much credit, just so you can mentally prepare for your payment. So always download the app, and they have a lot of cool features on these apps. They track your credit and monitor. These credit card companies will tell you a lot, but always have the app, always know what your balance is. Now, this is very important. The next one is keep your credit card utilization low, under 30% or less. So what utilization is whatever your available credit is. You don't want to go over 30%. Under 30% will keep your credit high. Credit card companies love people that use credit but don't use too much credit. And once you get over 50% utilization, you get dinged. It means your credit goes down, because historically, people that carry over a 50% of their available balance or more default. So never go over 30%. And it's very important that you get these foundations, like your mindset, automatic bill pay, the app. Get these foundations jam-packed, because it's going to carry you for a lifetime of having great credit. And it's nothing like walking into anywhere, and if you don't feel like using your cash, you can just charge it and pay it later. And this all leads into it. Is only borrow what you can afford to repay, with few exceptions. So basically, if you don't have the money, do not use your credit card. If you don't have $500, do not buy something for $500 on your credit card. That's how you get in trouble. Now, the only exception to this is that you're buying a large purchase. Let's just say you're spending $3,000 and you have $3,000, but that's all you have in savings. You can say, okay, I'm going to divide this by 3 and pay $1,000 each month, pay a little bit of interest and break it up. That way I still have my cash. So there's a few exceptions. Now, some stores will give you interest free for 12 months or 24 months, but make sure you pay it off within that time frame and make sure it fits within your budget, okay? So there's always exceptions to the rules. But remember, mindset, automatic bill pay, download the app, keep your credit card balance low, and always pay what you can afford to pay back, okay? That's how you manage credit, and that's how you have excellent credit for the rest of your life, okay? Okay, let's get into some more on how to manage credit. Now, this is very important, is you want to make all your payments on time. On-time payments is very important. On-time credit makes up 30% of your credit. 30%. And that's a very bad 30% there. But on-time payments is 30%. One late payment can wipe out 6 on-time payments. So always make your payments on time. Now, another thing is a best practice is avoid paying annual fees. Okay, annual fees. I've never been a fan of annual fees. An annual fee is basically at the first of the year or your anniversary date, you pay them $39, $95 for nothing, just to be a customer. So try to avoid paying annual fees and use credit for things you have to buy anyway. So a lot of times you have to buy gas, you have to buy groceries. Do not go out of your way to use credit. So use credit as a tool or use credit for just some things you would buy anyway. Do not buy something that you normally would not buy, just use your credit, okay? Also, this is very important. Review your credit regularly, okay? You need to review your credit. Make sure there's no errors. Make sure it's going up. Make sure you're not using too much balance. A lot of people make the mistake by not reviewing their credit, and they don't really know what's going on. So review your credit. It's very easy to be done with Credit Karma or Xperia. There's lots of ways. Annual free credit report. Lots of free ways for you to review your credit and know where you are all times. Now, let's get into the best part of this video. These are the best credit cards that I recommend for new people.
Hell yeah!
And the first credit card I recommend is called the Discover Secure Card. Okay, this is the Discover Secure Card. Now, why do I like this card? Why do I like this card? Okay, let's talk about that. Why do I like this card? Well, the first reason I like it is that you get cash back 2% on gas and restaurants. Everyone gonna spend money on gas. Everyone's gonna eat out occasionally. 2%. Now, 2% doesn't seem like a lot, but what do you get if you use your debit card or cash? You get 0, okay? You get 0, okay? And then you get 1% on everything else. So you get a free 1%. Now, it does add up over the years. And what I do is I use my card all year. And in December, I like to get a couple gift cards, or I like to give out a gift card or get a free tank of gas because it adds up. You know, it's just basically a reward for you using your credit, not using too much credit, making your on-time payments. You might as well get something in return, okay? Look at it that way. Also, I like about this card is that there's no annual fee. I like it that it reports to all 3 credit bureaus. So there are 3 credit bureaus, and those are TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Those are the 3 major agencies that determine your credit score. Now, this card will report to all 3. So if you use this card responsibly, they're all going to report good things on you. I like this card too because anyone,
yes,
down here, right here, anyone can open this card. Anyone can open this card, whether you're looking to build credit, looking to rebuild credit, establish, whatever. Anyone can open this card and get 2% and 1% back. I love it. It's a no-brainer. Now, let's talk about what I don't like about this card, okay? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be transparent. What I don't like about this card is that it has a high APR, okay? And what that means, if you don't pay the balance in full, they're going to charge you a lot of interest, a high finance charge. Now, note, most companies, credit card companies that offer rewards or cash back or flights or miles have high interest rates because that's how they get you. You know, because if you don't pay them back in time, then you get hit with that finance charge. And just so you know, the finance charge will outweigh any rewards you get. So it's very important if you're going to get a reward card like this card that you pay the balance off every 30 days. So do not use it if you can't pay it back in 30 days because their finance charge and interest will you basically pay more on the finance charge than whatever rewards you get. Also, what I don't like about it is that it has a low credit limit. And what that means with the low credit limit is that you basically have $200. So with a $200 security deposit, you don't want to go over $60. Over $60 is more than 30%. But here's the good news. You get this card, you use it under $60, you pay it full every month, and after 6 months or a year, they will review you. And if you've been a good customer and built that good relationship with them, they will give you your $200 back and make it a regular credit card. And that's the secret. You know, you have no credit, so establish credit, build that relationship with Discover, and they'll turn this into a regular credit card. You know, it's basically that simple. It's that easy. So let's get into the next one, okay? Now, the second best credit card for newbies I recommend is the Credit One Platinum Visa Rebuilding Card. Okay, I like this one. And let me tell you why I like it over here, okay? The reason I like it is that it's accessible to people with fair credit to the high 500 to the mid 600s. And just so you know, if you're at 580 or 600 or 620, that's considered poor credit. But they'll give you a credit card. Also, I like it is that it's unsecure. And what I mean by unsecure is that you don't have to give them $200 for a deposit. They will trust you. They'll trust you. And that's what credit cards are about. They'll trust you. Credit card companies don't ask for pay stubs. They don't verify your income. They're trusting you to do the right thing. And if you do the right thing, they will reward you with a high credit score. I like that it earns cash back rewards. And I like that they'll review your credit and increase it. So what credit card companies do, if you use it and pay it back in full and you don't use too much credit and you're responsible, they'll review you. They'll review your credit profile and history and increase your limit. And you want a high credit limit, because a high credit limit, you don't have to worry about that utilization as much. I have credit cards like $15,000, $14,000, because I've been responsible for years and built those relationships with these credit card companies where they trust me. I'm a good risk, okay? And what I don't like about this platinum card is that, again, it has a high APR, okay? It also has high fees, you know, and it does start off with a low credit limit. And this one does have an annual fee of $89 a year.
Okay.
But the good news, you can call them up after 1 year and they normally will waive it for you. So I've opened credit cards with annual fees because I got a huge sign-in bonus or some kind of free tickets. And I called them the next year. They did waive the fee. And the following year, I just changed the card to a free card. So those are the things I don't like about this card. But everything else, it's a good card. You know, if you don't have the best credit, you may have to, get this card and build that relationship. And they'll review it for you. And then they'll raise your limit and, they'll take great care of you. So take good care of them. They'll take good care of you. And you're going to want credit to be part of your financial profile. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps. Now, there are other credit cards that can help you build credit. These are just two of them that I liked and two that I recommend that I would open. Now, I don't have any financial incentive if you open these cards. It's just based on my research and what I would do if I was in your position. Again, if you like this kind of content and you want to learn more about credit, buying a home, building assets, consider subscribing to this channel. And if you have questions, comment below. I would love to talk to you in the comment section and help you and run things by me and things like that. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next video. Thanks.